Recording in progress.
Today, music. Scott, what do you have to say about music?
Right.
It's a good intro, Roy.
Oh. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is the Promethean team here, coming at you live.
Not live.
Not live.
Really.
We're
We're
going to
alive,
do
right?
all the same jokes every time.
Every
Until-
single time.
Every single time. But today, we decided music was of our peak interest. It has piqued our interest, and it is the peak of our interest.
The acme of our interest.
the paramount.
Thank you, Rory.
Yes, yes.
That was a great intro.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
And we're happy Jim is here. He's been a little under the weather. You look good, Jim. You look good. We're glad you're alive. At least you're
Thank you.
alive. All right?
That's right.
You got your health.
I'll take
You got that. Thank you, Rory. Dan's here. I'm here. If we don't know our names, you'll figure them out sometime. And
I think our names appear. Well, Scott's names appears. Rory's name appears, but I don't think Dan's does because he's not on his own computer.
I like to be anonymous. I like to be anonymous.
This is awful. We're here. We're going to talk about music. We try to keep our shows short, and if you haven't picked up on it, we do very little planning because best laid plans of Four Idiots always come to naught. I think that was written by Faulkner. Something
That
like
was Lincoln.
And then Lincoln said that at his
Gettysburg
inauguration. We wanted to talk about music. We all love music, and it's very important in our lives. And there are integral moments where, as creators, washing the dishes, there are moments in our lives where, for me at least, I've got songs seared into my psyche that I hear that song and I'm recalling moments, books I've read, and then if we have time, we can get into the visual media too, because comics are a visual media.
Yeah, I think it's like music influences visual art influences music. You know, the Queen has a song on their second album called The Fairy Feller's Masterstroke, which is pretty much Freddie Mercury describing a painting he saw at a museum and putting it to song. So it's like he was obviously very influenced by the visual medium to write this song. And then, I'll listen to certain music and get certain ideas about certain things to do. And some songs are certainly more visual and stimulate imagery a lot more than I think in college I did to Rush's 2112. I did a series of drawings based on that just because it was like so visually inspiring, and we had to do illustrations based on a song. And I was like,
I have a
song. So it's like they're definitely intertwined.
I have an interesting question to follow up with that. Do you think that it is, when you say music is visually inspiring, are you referring more to the lyrics or to the musicality of the instrument? Not necessarily instrument, but the melody and everything. Because let's say you take like a Pachelbel's Canon, right? Draw a picture to that. What does that inspire you?
I think that'd be a lot more challenging of a project to do, because I think that sort of stuff just kind of evokes more of an emotion for me than it does like a visual.
I frequently come up with plots of stories because
Sure.
I like a lot of classical music, and even the lyrics frequently they're not in English, so I have no idea what I'm saying if there are words.
There's that too, yeah.
Yes, the words to songs, of course, evoke images, and some songs are very specific about what they're singing about, so it's hard to veer off to something more. But I will come up with a plot or a scene that the feeling of that piece of music, which I feel like a lot of times classical composers too were wanting to do, whether it's sacred or secular. Of course, they want the music to evoke.
Same with opera.
Thoughts of God or thoughts of nature. Well,
Pulse in the planets, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's when they name them.
It makes it easy.
The pastoral suite or something like that,
or the seasons.
Right. Sleepers Awake. But yeah,
the Flying Dutchman. Makes you feel like you're on a boat.
Man on the Flying Trapeze. What's that one about? But yeah, my mom took a music appreciation class, and when she went back to college, and she gave me the discs that were part of her, what do you call it? You have to have them, curriculum.
Syllabus?
Curriculum. Yeah, curriculum. So, and it's a six disc set of, it's called Listening to Music, and I'm sure I could find it out there. And one of the CDs, it runs the gamut of medieval chant all the way up to kind of modern garbage. And one of them was Bolero. And if you're familiar with Bolero, it's one of those love it or hate it songs, I think, with people, because it's 12 to 14 minutes by Ravel, right? Yeah. Da 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 da
The Dudley Moore movie.
Is it
Bo Derek, right?
with Bo Derek?
Yeah.
I didn't know Bo Derek dances for like 12 minutes, right? Or like for a long time.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
To that, I never heard
Really?
before. I listened to that CD and I was like 12, 13 while reading the Dark Elf trilogy. That song evokes Menzo Berenzin for me. The Underdark, whatever, where Drizzt lived. And so I knew nothing about the song, and and I would put it on repeat. And so you get your money's worth out of a 14-minute song.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't read the Dark Elf trilogy, he's talking about a book series by R.L. Salvatore. R.A., sorry.
R.L.?
R.A.
R.L. Stein. R.L. Stein.
I got R.A.
Those two
Salvatore.
should collaborate. Yeah, R.A. Salvatore. Very good books. I don't like all of his books. I like him, but sometimes, dude, slow down on pump the brakes on the fighting description, because, but yeah, great books. Drizzt, Dark Elf Trilogy, Icewind Dale, and there's another.
There's like 8 or 9. Like
there's like the Drizzt. Maybe there's
there's a lot.
Okay. Anyways, sorry. That song, which really has nothing to do with fantasy. Yeah, a medieval style fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons. That's what I associate.
That's the same thing. They can use. What was the one from Fantasia?
Night on Bald Mountain.
Night on Bald. Yeah. No, classical first, and then you can use it for whatever you want. Camina Burana. Everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
They use that in Excalibur, and they use a bunch of Wagner's.
Wagner,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wagner, yeah.
The Orff one too.
Was it the Flying Dutchman?
I always looked for like the Excalibur soundtrack when I was young, and I was like, "Where is it? Like, where can I get it?" And it's like it's just all like Wagner stuff and Carl Orff stuff, and it's just like,
love me some more.
I think someone has since made one, but there wasn't one specifically for the movie.
Now.
Yeah,
it's great. All the songs together.
And I mean, music is very imprintable, right? Meaning, like your example, Scott, with the with listening to that song while reading that book series, it brings up memories. But it also works. It's not just in stories. It's like maybe you're listening to you're listening to a certain song while you let's say you interviewed for a job and you finally get that call and you're listening to a song. Now that song's gonna make you gonna bring up the emotions you were feeling when you heard you got the job. Or
that happens to me every time I listen to Radiohead's Amnesiac. It's kind of appropriate because we're filming this on 9/11. And it was 9/11. I was living in New York City and working there. And I had that on CD in my Walkman. And I remember like all the phones went down. I couldn't get in touch with anyone. My wife was working closer to the Trade Center. So I was like, we got to leave work early. So I was trying to call her, trying to get in touch with her. Didn't know what to do. So I was just kind of walking. And then like there were no subways. So I was just walking, listening to that album. And I remember a vivid memory of walking across the, I think it was the Brooklyn Bridge. And just like looking over and seeing the smoldering ruins, listening to the Pyramid Song, which is like a real super somber song on the album. It's like every time I hear that song, it's like I just have that whole visual to me again. And it's just like, talking about how you can tie a song to a memory. It's just like that's like seared in my mind.
It smells and songs.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Then you get to the
Sorry.
so it can evoke. So it can evoke memory, but there's also something called synesthesia. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Where
Sutai.
where your senses get like combined. So if you're listening to music, you'll visually be able to see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like some people will
Mm.
see like spheres, getting bigger and smaller with the beat or something bouncing.
I wonder about like, I mean, do you guys get goosebumps with music?
Oh, yeah.
Does it affect you?
Yeah.
physically?
depends on
Yep.
what
Yeah,
it is.
but
But
But there are
certain
people out
music, yeah.
Yeah, this is a foreign concept to me. People who don't listen to music, who don't
I've never encountered that.
don't have a song in their head. There are people out there like that, and that is so
Hmm.
foreign to me. I constantly
Like
have,
they can't play it back in their head.
right. They don't have. It
Oh,
just,
interesting.
It just like means
I
nothing
mean,
to them.
just to bring it, I know we make comics and stuff. To bring it back to that, and like people like saying, "Well, there's no point for thought balloons because people don't do that." And I'm like, I have a running internal dialogue in my head all day
Yeah.
long. It's like
Yeah.
to say like people don't think words to themselves
Right.
in their head, but then I learned some people don't. And it's
Right.
like,
Right.
Yeah.
wow, really? People don't have an internal dialogue in their brain
Nope.
going like 24/7? That's shocking to me.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, and sometimes that internal dialogue becomes external dialogue.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Whoops.
Shut up! Don't.
Did I say that out loud?
Or right, or
There's
will
a
you
reason
wonder?
that's an expression.
did I say that or think it? I'll say that to my wife every once in a while.
Yeah.
Did I say this to you? Did I express it, or did I just think?
They use that to great effect in The Simpsons all the
Oh.
time when they have
Oh.
Homer
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something he thinks he's
Yep,
thinking,
and then he
thinking
says-
something he's
Yep.
supposed to be saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Or they did. I don't know what. I haven't watched Simpsons in a long time. But there's like 30
So is
seasons.
there
Yeah.
any-
Back in seasons 5 through 8, they did that a lot.
Is there any before we wrap up, because we're running out of time, are there any advice for like how can you use music to improve your writing or to improve your reading even? Like how do you pick a soundtrack to a book that you're reading or a story that you're like
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
Lord of the
a good
Rings
question.
soundtrack for everything.
Yeah, for everything. Yeah, I can't have words while
Same.
I'm working. I can't
Yeah.
have words going because that unless it's a song I really really know. Like I can put oldies. I like oldies, 50s, 60s. Swirl zippers.
I love them. I agree.
Yes, I can put late 90s.
Up there with Cherry Poppin'
Swing
Daddies.
revival.
The 90s, that was a hell of a time to be alive.
Big band. I did like a lot of big band. But yeah, I don't know. Find the one that evokes the memories. Music's you like what you like, and
Yeah.
and I don't. I hate some stuff. Like it causes a physical reaction.
Oh, sure.
I want to vomit to some
He
stuff.
does vomit. He
But
vomits
I literally
uncontrollably.
projectile vomit because
Ah.
of music. But for the most part, as long as it's not imposing on me, fine, do your thing. So yeah, I encourage music.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what I was going to say. As a side note, I always want to find it, and this is something I need to research. A lot of times, I wonder where does that style. So you listen to James Bond theme music. Where did the spy style of music
Yeah,
come from?
yeah.
Where did
Why does it sound sleuthy?
where
Yeah.
did the Western music come from? I get maybe the tunes, but like Western movies always have the Western sound, and that's a Western. Where? What? Why? And I assume because of certain notes and harmonies and
deep dive.
combinations, they
Maybe
know.
it's-
Evoke.
maybe it's that, or maybe it's also like we tied certain things to memories. There's also cultural memories, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that's the music they played out in the West during that era, right? And
Yeah,
so
you're
that's
like-
like saloon
yeah.
music is
You're gonna
saloon
say-
music because it was played in
Oh,
saloons
yeah, okay.
in the
Yeah.
West. So
Yeah.
Evocative
Right.
of that.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Like
That's a good
you
idea.
can
That's a
associate
good thought.
jazz with New Orleans, and
Mhm.
that's an easy one. But it's too, and like visual stuff. We talk about adding theme music to movies, which I'm sad. It feels like real theme songs of. I mean, because we got Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Star Trek,
Oh, yeah.
James Bond. We've got those
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
songs.
X-Men. That was
Yeah,
X-Men.
just like the melodic
Yeah.
thing you
Yeah.
can hum.
Yeah.
That, like seemed to be
Yeah.
every movie in the early '80s and mid '80s. Pretty much.
And there's not a lot of it. I mean, we can. You hear the Marvel tune, okay. which is
Mm.
very similar to the Lord of the Rings. If you
Yeah,
play
Yeah.
it
Like, listen to one, you're like, what is this? Lord of the Rings or Avengers? What am I
I
watching?
can't think of Avengers now that I just did that.
I was
I
gonna
thought you
say,
were
so
doing
what's the
Avengers.
Avengers?
That was wait. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Nope, we're still in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So. Oh wait! It said set up professional audio in our settings. It thinks I'm a professional. It was real music.
Okay.
I thought I was hearing it.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're gonna get trademark infringement.
I'm gonna throttle our show.
I will.
I would
Demonetize
say,
us.
though, to kind of get back to what I was
Yeah, I didn't answer your
suggesting
question.
before, if you're trying to write for a certain scene,
I make a playlist.
make a playlist that
Yeah.
evokes those emotions in you. For example, you want a really exciting, tense. You're writing a thriller or a horror, or a scene. May not be the whole book, or a whole story, but the scene is supposed to be really tense.
Yeah.
So listen to music that makes you feel those emotions, and that'll translate into your writing. At least it does for me.
Yeah,
I don't know if
no, I
that's true
agree.
for you. So like
100%.
you're like, oh, I need to write this. I want this to be a sad scene. So pick music that's made you feel sad. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be classically sad, but we talked about that memories being
Mhm.
tied to songs. So like maybe there's a song you played, you heard when your dog pet died. That might be a song that helps bring out those emotions of sorrow in you, right?
Casey would hate you right now.
Um,
Talking about dead dogs.
We gotta share that.
If we can find a link to it, we'll add it to the bottom. There's this great bit where Casey Kasem is like, it's like a outtake of him like reading and like just getting all angry because they're making him talk about someone's dead dog after coming out of an upbeat song. He's just it's so funny because you think of Casey Kasem as just like this lighthearted, happy-go-lucky,
Yeah.
just
It's
so pissed off
language
about
warning on
having
this
to do
one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
not safe for work.
They did, because they would do this part of their show, right? Was to
A dedication or
meant
somebody
dedication, yeah.
like writes a letter
Yeah.
to you and you have to they dedicate a song to something and
and
someone
he's
he's very angry that he has to talk about someone's dead dog coming out of an upbeat song. So
this was done in memoriam for.
right. So because there's a feeling you don't come out of some pop upbeat
yeah, you don't want to
tune
exactly.
and talk about a
Yeah.
dead dog.
Mm.
So music. Do we want to do that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but before if we're getting ready to wrap up, we should probably mention that we are going to be starting a live 365 radio channel
Now
where
Yeah.
since we're all into music and everything, we wanted to, Scott's more into the classical music. I like 70s to 90s music and kind of everything in between. I'm Rory.
I'm
I'm sure
eclectic.
I'm all over the map.
has very
Me too.
good musical tastes. I hope. Otherwise, our radio show won't do well.
It's gonna suck.
You'll pick the days, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, at different days, each of us will be doing different stuff.
I love slam poetry.
Yeah, I would watch that show actually. Is it you doing the slam poetry?
Yeah,
Three
yes, I'll
hours
be-
just in a
I'll be-
row, stream of consciousness. I'm down for that.
Jim-
Like Scott and I were thinking about doing a show together where
Yeah.
he introduces me to some classical music, I introduce him to some stuff I
I
like,
love that.
talk about it and
Yeah.
stuff, and we can all do it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's,
So we
it's
will,
kinda
when
like-
we get that set up, we will have the link in the description
Yeah,
below.
it should be soon because we want to do it. And
Mhm.
we just announced it, so it's coming soon. We're just
We're
gonna.
not supposed to.
No, this is great. Yeah, we're gonna.
We gotta
get our
pick a name.
playlist together. Jim's got to warm up for his Mongolian throat chanting. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be.
Domina Truth Patrina.
That's pretty good. Okay, I'll stop. Shh, I'm done.
No, that's good. And then we also have Kumaiti, our
Yes.
Yep.
Coming soon. It's coming
Yeah.
soon.
Our Kickstarter. That's the word.
Final,
That's
yes.
the word.
Kickstarter is
All
going to be
it
going
is.
live very
Realign.
soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
Final touches are coming on the campaign. You'll see it. So, don't
Yeah.
Don't show too
A little,
much.
it's a little tease.
Someone's gonna pause right there.
Little tease.
Put it in the notes to pause it. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Probably
You
way
can
too
read the
close to
middle
20.
page of the book.
Yeah. All right. I'm done. Go listen to music while you write. like, share all the good things you know what to do.
Yes.
Tell us what music you like.
Oh yeah, and then we will summarily reject it. It stinks.
I would love to
What-
have
what does
a
it feel like to
request
always be
show.
wrong?
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
A request show would be, it would
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, we have to.
A phone-in show.
I'll
we have to
play
figure
your
out how to do
music,
that.
no matter what it is.
We'll phone
You
in.
heard it. Okay.
I got it. Good. I got some weird stuff.
Request shows could be tough because we have to own all the music.
Yeah,
I
so
can-
we-
Oh yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say I will
So
So it'd be
play.
like a request roulette. Nope, don't
Yeah,
got
right.
that one.
Nope.
I don't got it. I was like, I have
Don't
no
have it.
actual
Nope.
music.
Nope.
Never
Nope.
heard of it.
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you all. Like,
Yeah,
share,
thanks.
subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we will
Ring
see
that
you
bell.
soon.
See ya. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Recording stopped.